Ranking every US state shape by how good it would be for a blanket. Here we go. Number 50, Hawaii. This is an absolute no-brainer. This thing is worthless unless you're a newborn. 49, Maryland. This offers basically no coverage. I'm going to be freezing cold all night. 48, Florida. So narrow, barely going to cover me, especially if I move. And if I want it to cover my entire body, I'm going to have to awkwardly bend here in the midsection all night long. That's going to be uncomfortable. 47, New Jersey. Another one where I have to be a contortionist to get this thing to stay over my body all night long. 46, Delaware. Just too thin. I'm probably going to put this at my torso and my feet down here, but even then, if I move my feet, they're coming out from underneath. 45, Idaho. Same thing. Even if you flip it the other way around, this doesn't leave much wiggle room for your feet. 44, New Hampshire. Again, we're going to have cold feet all night long, or if you keep it the direction it is here, cold arms. 43, Rhode Island. A little more coverage up top, but just not long enough. 42, Alaska. Now from your neck to your waist, you would be fine, but then you have to sprawl your legs out either side and hope that those edges stay on. 41, Massachusetts. I'm going to turn this thing on the side and kick my legs out to each of these edges and hope they stay under the covers all night, but that's probably not happening. 40, Virginia. Now you turn this thing on the side and you would have plenty of room up here for your torso, but down here is minimal room for your feet. You're going to have to be a statue all night long if you want to keep under the covers. 39, North Carolina. A little more room, but again, just too thin and not much space at the bottom. 38, Kentucky. Obviously going to flip this one sideways. Although it's not as narrow as the last two, it's still just not wide enough. 37, Tennessee. Now we are definitely getting better, but we're still at a point where if you move even just a little bit, you're coming out from under this blanket. 36, Vermont. We're getting better, just still not enough coverage. 35, Louisiana. Now it's got decent size, but obviously you're going to have to bend your legs here and sleep like that all night long. So if that's naturally how you sleep, you're good, but otherwise this isn't going to be the best. 34, California. Now it is clearly long enough, but it is pretty thin, and you're also going to have to kind of awkwardly bend your body here. 33, Maine. A little more coverage, but still just an awkward shape for a blanket. Not sure how well this would work. 32, Illinois. Now this is probably usable. A little thin down here at the bottom, but I guess you could maybe make this work. 31, Michigan. Now obviously neither of these are ideal, but it is two blankets, so you can get a little creative and use it to cover your whole body. 30, South Carolina. Now it's pretty wide up top, so that's good, but not wide enough down below. Your feet and legs are going to get cold. 29, Texas. Also has a lot of coverage, just not really an ideal shape. You're going to have to lay this way or this way, and either one of those ways doesn't have much wiggle room. 28, West Virginia. Only knocked out here because you definitely can't move, but I love the shape of this one. You just flip it upside down, put your head here, and your feet and legs perfectly fit in these edges. 27, Oklahoma. Obviously flip this thing on the side and you've got great coverage up top, just not much room for your feet. 26, Connecticut. Another one that we're going to flip on our side. It would be decent, obviously, except for the gap right here. 25, Indiana. This starts a run of blankets that would absolutely work for one person on like a twin bed, but just wouldn't be feasible for a double or queen. 24, Nebraska. Flip this one on its side and it'd be perfect for a twin bed. 23, Mississippi. Another one that's perfectly valid for just one person. 22, Alabama, same thing, but a little wider. 21, New York. Obviously, your one person's going to go this way, but you do have a little bit of extra space over here to kind of wrap yourself up in a cocoon. 20, Pennsylvania. Turn this thing on the side, and it would totally work for one person, but still not quite wide enough to work for a double or queen size bed. 19, Montana. Same thing, just a little wider than Pennsylvania. 18, Washington. Maybe could try to use this for a double or queen, but both people's feet are going to be cold. 17, Iowa. Also could make this work for two people, but it's just a little bit short here. 16, Oregon. Same thing, but a little more coverage overall, as this one just feels a little fuller. 15, South Dakota. Could be a little fuller, but I honestly think if you turn this on its side, it could get two people if you squeeze tight to the middle of the bed. 14, Kansas. Great size here, very wide, and another one that I feel like if you turned it on its side, you could squeeze two people in if they're close together, but then obviously this thing would be perfect for a twin size bed. 13, Ohio. Definitely wide enough for two people. This person's probably good. Now this person though is going to have cold feet. 12, Nevada. Same idea, just a little fuller. The person on this side's probably good. This side though is going to have some cold legs. 11, Arizona, also wide enough to fit two people, just lacking some coverage right here on the bottom. 10, Arkansas. Now it's not the widest, but it's totally valid. Would definitely work for a double or queen-sized bed. 9, Colorado. Probably going to turn this one sideways. Not the widest, but it would work for 2 people. 8, Wisconsin. A little unique, but I like it. You got this little space right here to kind of pop your arm out if you get too hot. 7, Georgia. Could be a little longer, but it works and also has the spot to kind of pull your arms out if you get too hot. 6, Missouri. Similar to the last one, just a little more full and also has this extra spot down here if you want to spread out your feet. 5, New Mexico. Very blanket shape and also has that little extra spot if you want to extend your feet out. 4, Minnesota. I like the uniqueness to this one. Now, the person on this side is going to be your normal sleeper, but this side has options. They can be a side sleeper and kind of curl their body. They can sleep on their back or stomach and stick their leg out if they're a little hot. This is nice. 3, Utah. Another one with versatility. This person's going to sleep pretty normally, but then this person can extend their hands out over top of the blanket if they're too hot. 2, North Dakota. Very blanket shape. Absolutely would work for a double, a queen, or even a king. And number 1, gotta be Wyoming. This thing is perfect. It would work for any size bed from a twin all the way up to a California king. This is exactly what you're looking for in a blanket.